Hi everyone, welcome. People are coming in, so I'm actually not going to do the presentation. I'm going to leave the hard work to Abhishek, but I wanted to welcome you all to our presentation. My name's Natasha. I'm from Soda Data, and we're in the business of good quality, high, reliable data. And the presentation that Abhishek will share today, it's not a new topic, right? Data quality has and always will be around, but it's a new approach to enable organizations like yours to create observability across your data stack into your products so that you can find, analyze, and resolve data issues. And what you'll hear from Abhishek is the journey that HelloFresh are on, moving from traditional data management into a data mesh setup, how they're creating that trust and culture around good data in the organization, and of course doing it with Soda. So Abhishek, without further ado, over to you. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Abhishek, and yeah, let's start. So the pointer. Just a second. Okay, yeah, we can go to the next one, please. All right, so what I'm planning to cover today is how HelloFresh is establishing data quality and in a data mesh setup, and our journey and how we started about it, and then I'll go and cover what we have actually built, so the product that we have built for data quality at HelloFresh, and then a live demo of how the product is being used in the domain teams, and then we can have a round of question and answers. Next, please. Okay. Yeah, now it works. So HelloFresh. So if you don't know, HelloFresh is into the meal kit delivery service. We are the leading meal kit delivery globally. We delivered close to 1 billion meals last year. We are in 17 countries. We recently launched into Japan, our first Asian country, and in the data organization, we are 250 plus people comprising of data engineers, analysts, and scientists. So for us, implementing the data mesh paradigm was quite important, and we have been on that journey for more than a year now. So let's look at the data at HelloFresh, so the different kinds of data. So we have customer data, which is your personal information data, your order management data, supply chain management data, and then other data types as well. And then these are being used by the data domain teams, and they're using this data to do forecasting, to reporting, creating dashboards, and to even derive strategies. And when you have quality issues in the data products that these teams create, it can cause problems such as, so you're using data product for strategy derivation, and if it's low quality, you can miss your strategy points. You can do wrong forecasting. So forecasting is very important at HelloFresh because, I mean, we have to forecast how many raw materials to have in the warehouses so that we can prepare the meals better, and we can avoid wastage as much as possible. And we use a lot of data to do this. And if it's low quality data, then you, for example, you procure a lot of materials, but it does not support the orders that came in. Unhappy customers, so it's something that, like, we are actually shipping meal kits to people, so data problems can cause that you're getting wrong materials and you're not able to cook the recipes that you want to. And of course, like, fixing these issues, there's a lot of manual work involved when the stakeholders are reporting these issues. And what all of this causes is increase in operational costs. So, and now let's dive a bit deeper and see how data quality and data mesh go together. So we want to create products at HelloFresh which are user-centric And when you say data as a product, data quality is like one of the core principles in data as a product. And then on the right, you see there are domain teams. These are data domain teams in the center. They are consuming data sources, and they are creating data products. And then these are consumed by our stakeholders, or let's say data consumers here. And now let's see how could the different scenarios for data quality could look like in this data mesh setup. So the first one is reactive data quality. This is basically when you don't have any data quality setup. So your stakeholders view the dashboards, reports, and they come to you that this does not look good. And then it trickles up to the source of the data, and these domain teams are fixing it. So from here, where we wanted to move was proactive data quality. So at the level of the domain data teams, we want to calculate data quality metrics, run tests in an automated fashion so that you don't have to do reactive data quality. And then the next step in the future would be preventive data quality, where you're catching these things at the data source rather than the domain teams doing it. So yeah, we just talked about it. So you have your consumers, your producers mainly being the domain teams, and your consumers could be domain teams again, which are using data products and creating new data products, and your stakeholders and your business teams. So we had a few goals with the product that we wanted to build. So starting with the North Star KPI is like, in the future, the number of proactively reported data quality issues are greater than the number of reactively caught data quality issues. And to achieve it, we want to make data quality measurable, and yeah, the solution we want to build should be scalable, easy to use, and we cover the entire tech stack at HelloFresh. So we'll dive deeper into these things exactly in the next slides. And yeah, so we identified these types of users, and for our first implementation, we decided to create a product for the producers, so which are the domain data teams, which they can directly use in their pipelines and measure data quality. And we came up with a mission, which was to empower data domain teams to monitor and improve the quality of data products used for business decision making. So this was on a conceptual level, and now I would like to deep dive into what exactly we built. So we built a self-serve data quality product, and it's really important I mean, we want to stay close to the data mesh paradigm, and for that to succeed, you need to have domain teams that are using these products directly, and there is no dependency on a central data team that is doing all data-related tasks for you. So yeah, for the product, what we wanted to achieve, so we wanted to create something that is pluggable. So you have your ETL pipelines, and we create a service that you plug into the pipeline rather than running a centralized data quality service, which scans all the data sets in the company. Something that is low risk, so the calculation of data quality should not cause breaking the data product itself. It should be fairly transparent, and the owner decides what they want to do with the result of the data quality checks. But at the same time, we wanted to build something which has high impact, and we are able to serve as many domain teams as possible in the company. The next one is very important. So we did not wanted to serve only the data engineers in the company, but we built a product where the analysts, product managers, other stakeholders are using it equally as data engineers. And the last one being that we wanted to cover the maximum tech stack of the company. Moving on, why did we choose Soda to build our data quality product? So first one, Soda SQL being open source, we always wanted to go with an open source technology and build a product on top of it so that we have a loose coupling and it's community driven, and we wanted to build a component which is where the underlying data quality library is replaceable. So we did not want it to go with a managed solution. SQL is a first-class citizen in Soda. So as I said, we wanted to build something that is for analysts as well. And everybody speaks SQL. And in Soda, you can do all measurements tests with SQL. So that was one of the key features for us. It's simple and uncomplicated at the very same time. It's highly powerful. So what we've seen in our company that for data engineers, it's very straightforward to get running with Soda, and the onboarding times are minimal, and they are very effectively able to use the product that we have built on top of it. It's well integrated with the HelloFresh stack. So the tools and technologies that we're using in the HelloFresh data ecosystem and the ones supported by Soda, there was a really good overlap, so it fit our use case. And last, I just want to call out that until now, the collaboration with Soda has been really good. The community is really good, and they are always open for feedback. And also, like, the turnaround times on feature request is quite small. So very satisfied. Now, let's look at the tech stack at HelloFresh. So just wanted to draw a picture. It's at a very broad level, so this does not consist everything that we are using at HelloFresh, but just the main or the popular set of technologies that we use to create data pipelines. So we use S3 as the storage layer. We're using AWS as the cloud provider. And then in the transformation layer, we're using EMR clusters a lot. And we are running Spark pipelines. We're running Hive jobs, other job scripts as well. But these are the most used ones. And we're using Airflow for orchestration. Then on the right-hand side, we have the data warehouse, where we are transforming from a Cloudera system to Snowflake. And then again, we're using Airflow in between to do a lot of transformations. We're using the Glue catalog as the meta store because we are not storing the, let's say, the silver layer, bronze layer of data in any data warehouse, but we are storing them in S3 and then using Glue as a catalog. So what did we decide to build? So now diving even deeper, we created an Airflow operator for data quality. So because we're highly using Airflow, we are running more than hundreds of ETLs on Airflow, and those ETLs are creating thousands of data sets. So if we create an Airflow operator, we immediately have a big coverage for data quality. Then the other thing is, like, it adds the flexibility to the product. So with an Airflow operator, you can basically plug it in anywhere in the pipeline. You can run it before your data product is created, in between, at the end, whenever. So it's very flexible. And you can also create dedicated data quality DAGs in Airflow. So we have a lot of data sets that are being produced outside of data lake or from external parties, and then we just create dedicated DAGs and calculate data quality for them. Also, we have a few legacy systems, so but we use this in the new tech stack that we have, so it's easier to use that. And then the last one is we have another low-code ETL tool at HelloFresh, which is running more than 300 DAGs on Airflow. So basically, it's for analysts. They are creating SQLs and some configurations, and we convert that into Airflow DAGs. And then creating an operator helps us because we then just plug in data quality as well as a task in that ETL tool. So that's why we went ahead with an Airflow operator. And now how the operator looks, so how it's from the inside. So It's an Airflow operator, and it's based on the Kubernetes pod operator that's in Airflow. So that really helps us with the dependency management, because it's easier. You create your own Docker file and you run on it, so it's very easy to manage. And then inside the operator, we're using Soda as the core library. And on the left, you see there are a couple of configs. So Soda needs your warehouse configurations, like to just connect to the clusters where you want to actually execute the data quality checks, and your scan configs, which are the actual tests that you want to run on the data. And then we use AWS EMR as the engine to run these quality checks. We are using Spark so there's a Spark dialect in Soda. And because we're not using any data warehouse, we have data in S3 files, then we use Spark to run these data quality checks via Spark SQL. And it uses Glue Catalog as the meta store. So once these data sets are the data quality is calculated, then we push this data to Soda Cloud as well, where we use visualizations and features like anomaly detection and metrics and test results notifications, these kind of features that come out of the box in Soda Cloud. And we also dump the metrics on S3 so that if the domain team wants to do their own observability pipeline, they can do that. So it comes down to this. This is exactly the code snippet that someone would need to add in their DAG code of Airflow to add a data quality check. It just takes a bunch of configs, and it, based on those configs, it calculates data quality for you. A sample file of the checks that we run in one of our data sets. So we have some SQL metrics. So with Soda, you can do some metrics out of the box. You can also write your custom SQLs and then create metrics and run tests on top of them. So you create a metric and then you run the test. Some learnings until now. So we found out that your tool or product is as efficient as the SQLs you write, because at the end that's the base of your data quality checks. To calculate data quality at the organization level, you need to think of new KPIs so that you can gauge the success of the product. And to create those, you need to start emitting data for those KPIs. Again, data quality is still a fairly new topic, so there's a learning curve with it. And you, as a platform team, you have to push for the adoption in the different domain data teams. Then from the technical side of things, so we have implemented this in a data mesh architecture. So we have all compute distributed. It's close to the domain teams. But then again, in reality, you will have a lot of domain teams which do not have data engineering capabilities. So you need to host community infrastructure for them so that they can leverage your service. The last one is a particular one to HelloFresh. So the scale at which we are running, we have to move to a new Spark version of Soda so that it's more robust. Okay, so there's a demo planned, but do we have like 5 minutes? Then we can do that one. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's just created a sample DAG where let's say there's this use case where there's a team creating a forecast of how many churns are happening, and it's a sample DAG. So it's processing your subscription data, customer data, and recipes, and it's loading these data to create, to forecast how many churns are happening in the organization. And now let's say the stakeholders are reporting problems in the forecast, and it's not up to the mark. So the team decides that we want to add data quality to this ETL pipeline, and then let's see how we can do that. So yeah, let's wait for a second. Okay. I mean, yeah, I think we can do it at the booth if someone's interested in seeing how this is in action. So I'll be at the soda booth after this one. So please come and reach out. Thank you.